Got a little bit of a problem here, guys. I'll bring you guys a bit closer so you can see. So you might have seen recently that I got the Kriega OS saddlebag set up for the T7, which is awesome, and also got the B&B compact rack for the back of the T7. So trouble is, before I put the rack on, we used to have these tie down points here, right, which these straps would hook over to you know, to keep the bags on. Now of course with the rack there, I can't use these anymore, and I was wondering, you know, what to attach these straps to, because these straps, it's sort of, yeah, there's no open end to it, so I can't get the strap back out of this clip to, you know, thread it through something and then put it back through. Obviously being folded over and stitched there, it's too thick to go back through. That's that cam lock there. So I was thinking of a few different options, like maybe having a carabiner through there, hooked through the rack, hooked onto that. It doesn't need to be super strong or anything, but then you've got metal, you know, aluminium bits rubbing on shit and whatnot. Then I thought, well, why not, you know, get a longer bolt and still have this here, but it will kind of stick out a bit too far because, you know, it'll got that extra spacer in there for the rack, so kind of going to end up looking like Shrek ears on the bike. But these are actually quite wide as they are anyway. They don't need to be as wide as what they are, so I thought, you know, with a longer bolt through this, cut maybe 15 mil off of this, because I don't think I'll be using that for anything else anyway. It won't stick out as far, and I'll still be able to hook this over there, and it'll also be, you know, a tie down point for, you know, tying stuff onto the rack. You know, when I'm not using these, I'll be able to, you know, tie stuff on the back there. You know, basically if I'm just doing, you know, a day trip and I just want my day pack, it'll be handy for strapping that down as well. So I'll give that a go. First I need to go and grab some longer bolts, obviously. The ones that originally come with the Kriega OS base. I think they're about 55 mil long, so I'm probably going to need something maybe about 80, 85 mil. Should do the trick. We'll see how we go anyway. Alright, so I managed to get some stainless bolts, set screws. They're about 80 millimeters. They'll do the job nicely. I might even have to cut them down a bit, but first things first, cut a bit off these. I'll figure out how much I can take off then. The more the better, I think. So yeah, I'm going to be taking about 13 millimeters off there to start with. Anyway, we'll see how we go with that. I really should get some soft jaws for this vise, but oh well, rag will do for now, hopefully. Apparently I can't cut shit very straight with the grinder, but that's alright, that's what sanders are for. Anyway, see how much I need to cut off of these bolts. Only got about that much hanging out. See how we go. Alright, I reckon that'll do the trick. Flip that over there. That's it. So it's kind of pulling the strap out that way a little bit more than it normally would, but I don't think that'll be a problem. Yeah, I reckon that'll be fine. And they're sort of, you know, they're not sticking out past the side of the fender there, so hopefully they won't look too dorky without the bag on. Righto, so I got two of them cut down. Of course, I should probably trademark that little notch there. I call that the Josh grinder mark. I can never seem to cut anything without putting a mark on the good side. But anyway. Right, so hook these bags on properly. Yep, I'm calling that case closed. Good enough. Doesn't look too bad. I'm kind of hoping that if I'm just taking my day pack and my tools and all that stuff, hopefully hook that on there. The other end can maybe go on there. I think that'll be okay because these straps will stop it from going too far either way, and that's pretty solid there. Now what I need to do is see how I'm going to tie my duffel on there when I've got the side panniers on as well. I do use the same straps. Put these back on. At the back I think I'm going to have to go with looping them through here. I just remember before this, guys, I wasn't using any rack. I was just tying my duffel pretty much straight onto the back of the seat there, which was okay, but not great. So I'm hoping I'll end on that same loop. It's not too bad. A little bit hard to see, but yeah, so I've got two straps, this one here going over that, and then that one on the outside. Should be okay. At the back there, just looped over through one of the holes there. Do the same on this side. So these straps I made, I didn't really make, but I stole them from something else. Can't remember what they were for. But they're just double, just got a double ladder lock, so adjustable on both ends. Now once that's cinched down, I don't think that's going to be going anywhere. So yeah, that's good, guys. I was a bit worried about getting all this to work. I thought I'd have to fiddle around with it a fair bit since I got a whole new system. The the Krieger bags are new, the rack's new, but that was easy. That's all good. And the good thing about having these Krieger bags now is, I can. It's a bit of a tight squeeze here, but I can get into those with this, duffel still on there because it's mounted a fair bit back now with the rack compared to what it was. It used to sit, quite far forward, and it would jam against these and also the other saddlebags that I had. I couldn't get into them very well with this on. But yeah, that would be good. Get in there, no probs. Righto, done. You know what? I don't really have a problem with Krieger's brown anodized finish, but it doesn't really match anything else there, so I've actually gone ahead and put a nice bit of polish finish on this one here. So I think that looks better. Beautiful. So I'll do the other one as well. Show you guys how we buff shit up out in the Bronx. Look, obviously there's better ways, safer ways, probably more effective ways of doing this stuff, but sometimes you got to just use what you've got. So there we go, I reckon it looks a little bit better. Alright guys, while we're talking about tail racks, we had a question from a viewer, Kylie, who was wondering basically how well our duffel packs fit on the SRC rear rack for the KTM 390. Thought we might as well include a bit of a video of that in this episode, just so in case anyone else is interested in that sort of thing. I'll put a link in the description if you're interested in one of these. So basically, the way we tie it on, we just use these 25mm seatbelt style strap. Basically, the idea is there's loops on both ends. We just pop that through. And you've got your basic ladder lock there that you can tighten it up with. So very simple but effective. Now here we have our OSR 40 litre duffel pretty much packed to capacity. As you can see, there's plenty of width on that rack to hold that stable. We just throw the straps over. So on the back we have to obviously remove these from the ladder locks, and I'll take that off for a second. So we've got a loop on the other end of the strap as well. Goes through. So yeah, and the strap just comes up through. It's a little bit of a pain having to do this. We might end up with some side release buckles on here, but I have found you've got to get real good ones of those or else they just break. So I mean, to be honest, we haven't used this in action yet. We haven't been camping since we got this tail rack. So it's pretty solid. Ain't going anywhere. So yeah, there you go, Kylie. Hope that's helped you out a little bit. Definitely no problem getting the 40 litre dry bag on that rack. And of course, you know, with the grab handles here, you can also probably tie a smaller bag there if you wanted to. So yeah, there you go. It's a beautiful day out there, guys. Let's take a ride on this wonderful machine. It's a wee bit breezy and chilly this morning, but look at that sky. Oh, I reckon I could jump this. Yeah, no. Actually, we thought spring had sprung here in southeast Queensland, but apparently winter's not finished with us yet. It's back down to like 4 degrees this morning. Warming up now though, I think it's about 15. Are you right there, mate? Oh, we'll just do 30, will we? Okay. So where are we off to, Josh? I hear you say. Well, got a very important coffee date with my dear dad. This guy is really pissing me off. Oh, you might be thinking, oh gee, you spent a lot of time with your parents, Josh, but you know, yeah, that is true. My parents, they are separated, but they do, for fuck's sake, you know, they still talk to each other and that, so. And they both live fairly close, you know. Mum lives in Gympie there, and Dad lives about 40 minutes away out at Tin Can Bay. There you go, Tin Can Bay, 51 kilometres. Anyway, you sort of start, as I'm finding out, you get to a point in your life where, you know, your parents, when you're younger, you think they're going to be around forever, and you just assume that they're going to be there. And you know, you start getting older, and my parents are both in their 70s now, and you start realising that well, they're not going to be around forever. You know, it's a hard truth that a lot of us have to face. I mean, if you're not close with your parents, then I guess it doesn't really matter. But you know, I've always got on pretty well with my parents. We don't always see eye to eye on everything, and you know, there's always that fighting and carrying on as you're growing up. But I mean, you've only got, you know, one mum and one dad, so you know, when they're gone, and that's it. So you know, I try and catch up with both of them. I have lunch with mum quite often, and coffee with dad. That seems to be the thing. But yeah, no, I make the most of my time that I have left with them. It's a bit of a shame that Nat's mum and stepdad live, you know, about 3 hours away, so we don't get to see them as often. But yeah, you know, like maybe it's a good time for you if you haven't spoken to your mum or dad for a while, and you know, maybe it's a good time to give them a call. The phone's handboat. Give those guys some room. Oh, this guy again, fuck's sake. Anyway, yeah, maybe it's a good time for you to give your mum or dad a call if they're still around. Let them know you're thinking of them. Anyway, enough of that sentimental bullshit. Anyway, guys, I'll put a map up on the screen here. You know, I know a lot of you guys possibly haven't been to Queensland, or you live in another country or whatever. So this will give you an idea of where I am, and if it probably won't interest all of you, but yeah, so Gympie's down here. That's where we live. Obviously, it's a fair way to the coast. Not a fair way, like it's probably 40 minutes to a beach in any direction. If you've heard of Noosa, Noosa's not far away. It's about 40 minutes away. Very popular touristy spot on the coast. And then just up here is Tin Can Bay. So yeah, that's about another 40 minutes away as well. So. But it's a beautiful little spot. I've got the drone with me today too, guys, so I'm going to try and get a bit of drone footage at Tin Can Bay. Anyway, there's a couple of reasons that I'm bringing you guys along today. Firstly, hopefully Dad will give us a bit of content for Ask Josh's Dad. See what he's hating on lately. And second, I need to pad this Batcave video out a bit so I can get it out this week. Make it a decent length this time. So probably not going to be all that exciting, maybe a bit of drone footage, a little bit of off-roading if we've got time. Right, hey, so the forestry starts, hopefully where the trucks start too. Not all that exciting along here, but it's dirt's always better than bitumen, eh? Hey mate, not too bad, yourself?
Just be careful cutting around here. We've got a grader, a dozer, 2 rollers and 4 fucking side tipper trucks coming in and out.
Oh, okay. Just on the side here or in there?
Yeah, more in.
Oh, I'm just going along the edge, so be right.
Yeah. Go like, mate.
Alright, cool.
Enjoy your ride.
Cheers, mate.
That's nice. What else you got?
I used to have a 500 KTM, but sold it.
I've got KX100.
Oh, yeah.
CR125 by 2. CR250, CR500.
Oh yeah.
And I just bought a 1981 KDX 175 with original 2,000 kilometres on it.
Fuck yeah, I used to have one of those. Yeah, I was 200 actually.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, back in the day. Yeah, good shit. Good on you, man.
Enjoy your ride.
See you, man. See you later. So yeah, with both my parents being in their 70s, I get the joy of hearing the same stories, 2 or 3 times. Hi Mum and Dad, if you're watching this. Not complaining. I'll tell you what, if I'm as mentally coherent as what they both are at their age, I'll be pretty happy with that. And physically too, they're both in pretty good shape for their age. Probably due to a life of not riding motorcycles. The only hill climb along this track is coming up. I don't think it'll be too much of a problem for the big T-Bird. And again, she's pretty bloody rough. Jeez. Fucking loose. Very bloody loose. That up is up. That was woeful. No mud. Oh, come on. Yeah. Fucking sand. I don't like that sand when it sneaks up on you like that. If you're going to the beach and you're expecting it, it's alright. Man, look at these big piles of horse shit. Fuck me, surely a horse doesn't stand there and do a big fucking pile like that. Righto, we made pretty good time. Dodgy dirt tracks and slow ass drivers notwithstanding. It's just gone 10 o'clock, so bloody ripper. It's the sleepy little seaside town of Tin Can Bay. This is the bustling town centre, the IGA supermarket. The inlet's just over there. The bay. 50. There's a couple more shops up here.
Ask Josh's dad.
The thing is that there's quite a few people on the channel that say Ask Josh's Dad is the best segment.
You're
And
kidding.
I don't know if that's a reflection on the rest of the quality of the rest of the video content, but it seems that you got a bit of a cult following.
You've got to be kidding.
But what's been happening lately that's been upsetting you?
Yeah, well, I mean, Harvey Bay, just on the news the other day, there's a spate of robberies and the kids turn out to be 13 and 15 years old. I mean, give me a break, you know? We're going to have to start chucking them in adult prisons and that probably.
So down here at the Barnacles Cafe, Tin Can Bay, sucking on a coffee. Not too bad of a view out here. What do you reckon, Pop?
Good ambiance.
Alrighty, heading home. Taking the fun way, of course. Ooh, that looked interesting. so many hidden little tracks in here. They're pretty cool. Freaking pine cones, far out. Sand. Soft sand. Alrighty, bit of water. Oh, yep, back to the main road. Oop. Oh, should I? Yeah, I should. That's heading in the direction I want to go. Hills. How cool are these tracks, man? Awesome. Cruise along the edge here for a bit. Sand. Cool. That was fun. At the moment, guys, the main national highway, which is called the Bruce Highway here in Queensland, I'm not on it at the moment, this isn't it, but yeah, the main highway actually goes right through Gympie, right through town, still, you know, which is a pain in the arse for logistics drivers and, you know, people travelling north or south. Obviously, with, you know, probably at least half a dozen sets of traffic lights on the highway through town. But they're actually working on a bypass. The highway's going to bypass town very soon. And just up here is where it's going to cut through. So, looks like they've already started working on the bridge there. So yeah, it's going to be, you know, a bit of a downturn for a lot of businesses along the highway, but on the whole, for us, it's going to be awesome. We'll be able to duck out to McDonald's and get a cheeseburger without dealing with highway traffic and whatnot. So yeah, really looking forward to that. It's Gympie Public or State High School. It's where I did grade 12. I didn't do it well, obviously. I didn't go on to become an architect or anything, but it was a good year. So we only moved up to this area when I was 16. So yeah, finished high school there. Definitely some good times. Anyway, I think Nat and I are going to do a bit of a town tour for you guys soon. There's something different. We'll cruise around on the bikes and just point out a few few items of interest around Gympie Town. Not too much around here, so it won't be a real long video, but anyway. So Nat, you haven't really made much of an appearance in this Batcave video. You've been too busy at work.
Yeah, I've been busy.
Show us.
Busy taking care of business.
Thought maybe you could show us your neglected veggie garden.
It's not that semi-neglected.
You haven't touched it in weeks.
No. So we've got spiderweb infested spinach.
The spinach is going good though. We have that all the time.
Yeah.
Nothing's...
And we've got capsicums, which are growing little pods, but they never seem to get big enough.
Spiders on them too.
Yep, so he's not getting very big, but he'll be getting ready to pluck soon because he's getting red.
Them,
that one's rotten.
it's pretty prolific. Oh yeah, dud. And some more spinach.
I've got some more, so we've got some more spinach growing here, nice and lush. And this was just an offshoot from the supermarket, so I planted the roots of one from the supermarket, and he's got a bit of girth on him, that one.
Spring onion?
Yeah.
What do you got over here?
Got some desert roses. So, and another desert rose, which is pruning itself.
And our one and only surviving lettuce.
Our one and only surviving lettuce. Now, he was on his deathbed for quite some time. And then it started, I just kept watering it and started coming back. And then spring hit, and then he's just sort of gone off tap.
He tastes good, that guy. I like him.
Yeah. So that's probably about it from my vegetable garden.
Thanks for that.
That's okay. It's the only shit that we've been able to grow. Everything else dies. We had cauliflower right up the top there, and we had cherry tomatoes and all sorts of stuff growing, and carrots, but never been successful.
I'm thinking about planting a cat in this garden. What do you reckon?
I'm thinking about planting a husband.
On that note.
On that note, let's go back to the Batcave.
So yeah, that's it guys. That's the end of this episode. Big thanks to all three of you who are still watching. I know you're one of them, Wayne Kerr. Big shout out to you, buddy. Your torches are in the mail. Guaranteed. I was actually hoping that the auxiliary lights for the T7 were going to turn up in the mail today, but Stray Post has let me down, so that will be in another video. So yeah, that's it. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Go give your mum a call. Sure she'll appreciate it. Yeah. See you guys on the next one.